Have you ever felt the sting of betrayal? I mean, truly felt it? It's more than just disappointment. It's a physical sensation, a hollow ache in your chest, a knot in your stomach. It's an emotional earthquake that shatters your sense of reality. The person, the situation, the belief you built your world around suddenly reveals itself to be an illusion. It leaves you in a spiritual fog, questioning everything you thought you knew. You feel lost, disoriented, and maybe even abandoned by God. You ask, why? How could this happen? Where do I go from here? If you're feeling that right now, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to know that you are seen, your pain is valid, and you are not alone in this. Today, we're going to journey together into one of the most difficult, but ultimately liberating spiritual truths, the divine purpose of betrayal. We're going to spend some real time with this idea because it's not a quick fix, it's a deep soul transformation. What if I told you that this chaos isn't random? What if that deep, aching wound is actually a message, a precise and deliberate act of divine intervention, designed not to break you, but to remake you? Part 1, the Great Redirection. The first and most crucial shift in perspective we must make is this: what feels like rejection is often divine redirection. But let's be honest, why is this so hard to accept? It's because we as humans are creatures of comfort and familiarity. We cling. We hold on tightly to people, jobs, and identities, not always because they are good for us, but because they are known. The unknown is terrifying, so we grip with all our might onto a relationship that drains our spirit, a friendship that thrives on negativity, or an old version of ourselves that we've long outgrown. We are so afraid of the emptiness that letting go might create. And in that clinging, we pray. We pray for peace, for clarity, for strength, for a better future. And then the storm hits. The relationship ends. The friend betrays our trust. The job is lost. And we cry out, God, I prayed for peace, and you gave me this chaos. I prayed for clarity, and now I'm more confused than ever. This is what I call receiving the answer you didn't expect. Think about it this way. You prayed for strength, and God presented you with a heavy weight that you had no choice but to learn how to lift. You prayed for courage, and God placed you before a great fear you had to walk through. You prayed for peace, and God allowed the source of your chaos to be removed from your life. Even though the removal itself was turbulent, He had to take away the very thing that was stealing your peace to give you what you asked for. The pain of the betrayal is the symptom of the poison leaving your system. It hurts, yes, but it is the beginning of your healing. It's God's loving, firm hand steering you away from a future that would have caused you far more prolonged and devastating pain. Part 2, the painful, powerful gift of exposure. One of the most brutal parts of betrayal is the exposure the moment the mask falls. You see the truth of a person or a situation, and it can leave you breathless with shock. The person you thought you knew doesn't exist. The foundation you built was on sand. But this exposure, while excruciating, is a profound act of mercy. God allows the truth to surface, not to shame you for trusting, but to free you from living a lie. Your destiny is too important, your spirit too precious to be entangled in falsehoods. Let's talk about the danger of misplaced loyalty. Sometimes Investing your heart and soul in the wrong person is more damaging than having an open enemy. An enemy you can see, you can protect yourself, but a hidden betrayal drains your resources, your time, your love, and your energy without you even realizing it. You are pouring life into a vessel with a hole in the bottom. God, in His wisdom, knows that this slow drain will ultimately destroy you. So He allows a situation to occur that forces the truth into the light. It's a painful, sudden rip of a bandage, but it stops the bleeding for good. A moment for reflection. I want you to pause with me for a moment. Think back to the situation. Before the big betrayal, were there little whispers from your intuition? Small moments of unease you brushed aside? Red flags you explained away? This isn't about blaming yourself. Not at all. It's about honoring that deep, inner wisdom that was trying to speak to you. The exposure wasn't just about them. It was about reintroducing you to your own discernment. That painful lesson just sharpened your vision for the future, ensuring you'll never ignore your own intuition again. Part 3, pruning for a greater harvest. This brings us to a beautiful, powerful analogy, spiritual pruning. Imagine you are a precious vine in God's garden. A good gardener knows that for a vine to produce the most beautiful, abundant fruit, it must be pruned. This isn't a punishment, it's a strategy for growth. There are different kinds of pruning cuts, and they all relate to our lives. Cutting away dead wood. This is the most obvious one. These are the toxic relationships, the dead-end jobs, the negative mindsets that are no longer giving any life. They must be removed. Thinning for light. Sometimes a vine has too many branches, even healthy-looking ones. They become crowded, blocking the sunlight from each other. In our lives, this can be letting go of good things to make way for the best things. It might be stepping back from certain commitments or friendships that, while not toxic, are taking up space and energy needed for your true calling. Cutting back for future growth. The most counterintuitive cut is when a gardener cuts back a healthy-looking branch significantly. It looks drastic, almost destructive. But the gardener knows this forces the plant to grow back even stronger, producing more fruit than before. This is often the most shocking betrayal, the loss of something you thought was vital and thriving. But God knows that this deep cut is necessary for an expansion you can't yet imagine. After pruning, there is an emptiness, a void where something used to be. Do not be afraid of this void. It is not meant to destroy you. It is holy ground. It is the space where God is about to plant something new. It is the quiet where you can finally hear His voice. Part 4, the ultimate lesson in trust. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every betrayal is ultimately a lesson in one thing: where to place our trust. We spend so much of our lives building our foundations on shifting ground. We build our sense of self on a relationship. We build our security on a job. We build our worth on the approval of others. And then when the person leaves, the job ends, or the approval is withdrawn, our entire world crumbles. This is because we were building on a human foundation, and human foundations are, by nature, flawed and temporary. Betrayal forces us to look for a foundation that cannot be shaken. It redirects our gaze upwards. It teaches us the critical difference between human trust and divine trust. Human trust is earned and can be broken. It's based on past behavior and expectations. Divine trust is a choice. It's faith in a loving plan that is bigger than our current circumstances. It's believing that even when things look like they are falling apart, a divine architect is actually putting them together in a better way. This shift is the source of true freedom. When your worth is anchored in God, you can love people freely without needing them to validate you. You can give without expecting a certain return. You can weather the storms of human inconsistency because your anchor is holding fast to something eternal. The betrayal becomes the very event that forced you to find this unshakable peace. Part 5. The Sacred Journey to Gratitude. Now, we arrive at the final, most transformative stage of this journey. It doesn't happen overnight. In fact, it has a crucial prerequisite: moving through resentment. Before we can feel gratitude, we must first honor our anger, our hurt, and our grief. True forgiveness is not about saying what you did was okay. It will never be okay. Forgiveness is saying, what you did will no longer have power over me. It is the act of cutting the energetic cord that ties you to the person and the pain, not for their sake, but for yours. It is you taking your power back. Once you have begun to release that burden, you can begin to see with new eyes. You can look back at the rubble, and instead of just seeing destruction, you can see the new path that was cleared for you. This is where gratitude is born. It's a profound, mature gratitude that says, "Thank you for revealing what was true, so I could stop living a lie. Thank you for removing that person, because their departure made space for the right people to enter my life. Thank you for the strength I discovered in my own heart when I thought I had none left. Thank you for the closed door, because it forced me to find a door that led to my destiny." This gratitude doesn't erase the scar, but it transforms its meaning. The scar is no longer a reminder of what was taken from you, but a testament to how you healed, how you grew, and how you were guided through it all. So, from the initial shock of the wound, we journey through the reframe of redirection. We understand the painful but necessary pruning for our growth. We learn the ultimate lesson in divine trust, and finally, we arrive at a place of profound gratitude. This is not an easy journey. It is the deep work of the soul. But know this, your heartbreak is not the end of your story. It is the plot twist that positions you to become the hero. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is not abandoning you. He is aligning you. What felt like an ending was truly a divine beginning. If this message has touched your heart today, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into faith and spiritual growth. The most powerful part of this community is our shared stories. In the comments below, if you feel called to, please share a time when a betrayal or a closed door turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Your story could be the light that guides someone else through their darkness. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be blessed, be gentle with yourself, and know that you are deeply loved and never alone. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs it. Drop a thanks in the comments, and we'll pray for your healing journey. May God give you peace. Thank you for watching.